I never imagined police cruisers would ever line up in front of the HOA president's house, especially not in our neighborhood, where everything is so obsessively maintained you'd think it was curated by scientists. Here, lawns are measured with rulers, mailboxes matched like they're part of a uniform, and taking your trash out 1 minute too early is practically a crime. But that afternoon, as the blue and red lights flickered across the manicured hedges, I realized something important. Some people mistake neighborhood power for actual authority. Let me tell you how all of this chaos began. I live in one of those suburban communities that looks peaceful from the outside, quiet streets, identical houses, sidewalks so clean you'd swear they were pressure washed daily. But if you've ever lived under a strict HOA, you know the truth. It's like living under a mini dictatorship, and leading that dictatorship was our HOA president. She treated the rulebook like a personal weapon. She'll fine people for leaving their garage open to long-scolded neighbors over to festive holiday lights, and once measured someone's grass because she thought it looked suspiciously tall. She carried herself like she ran the world. Now, I own an ATV. It's fully legal, registered, clean, covered, and stored on my property exactly how the HOA guidelines allow. I use it on weekends for trails and yard work. No noise, no damage, nobody ever complained. Well, except her. She insisted it ruined the neighborhood aesthetic, even though it was covered and tucked away neatly. When I politely showed her the HOA rules, the same ones she weaponized against everyone else, she didn't like it. After that, I noticed she started inspecting my property more often. Random warnings, petty emails. It was obvious she was trying to make me miserable. Then came the day everything blew up. I was gone for a few hours. When I got home, the spot where my ATV always sits was empty. The cover was thrown aside like trash. My heart dropped before panic fully set in. My phone buzzed. Bro, isn't that your ATV? Emily's riding it around the cul-de-sac. Emily, the HOA president's 19-year-old daughter who thought rules were optional. I walked down the street and there she was, speeding around, laughing, showing off to her friends like she owned the place. She didn't just take it. She was tearing up the road like it was a toy. When she pulled into a driveway, I approached calmly. That's my ATV. Why do you have it? She rolled her eyes like I was bothering her. Oh please, it was just sitting there. My mom said it's basically an eyesore, and then she hit me with a line that changed everything. You can do anything. My mom runs this neighborhood. That was all I needed to hear. I took out my phone and called the police. When the HOA president stormed outside, she acted like I was the villain just for dialing 911. How dare you involve the police? This is a neighborhood matter, she snapped. I calmly explained that her daughter took a registered vehicle without permission. She tried to spin it as borrowing, as if walking onto my property, uncovering it, and driving off made sense. But things got deliciously interesting when the officer arrived. He asked Emily directly if she had permission. She froze. Her mother tried to interrupt, but the officer shut her down. He reminded her that HOA rules do not override state law, especially when it comes to motor vehicles. At that moment, our neighbor walked over with his phone. He had full camera footage of Emily and her friend slipping onto my property earlier, removing the cover, pushing the ATV away, and starting it up. Clear, incriminating evidence. The officer watched it. Emily's confidence evaporated. Her mom's fake authority crumbled, and then click, the handcuffs came out. The same girl who told me I couldn't do anything was now sitting in the back of a police cruiser, staring at the ground while her mother begged, threatened, and pulled every I know people card she had. None of it worked. A few days later, the neighborhood was buzzing. People suddenly found the courage to talk about all the petty rules, harassment, and bogus fines the president had dished out for years. Turns out I wasn't the only one who'd been targeted. Within 3 weeks, she voluntarily resigned, but everyone knew the truth. As for Emily, she ended up with charges for unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, fines, community service, and a record she'll have to explain for years. All because she believed being the HOA president's daughter put her above consequences. Funny thing is, if she'd simply asked for a supervised ride, I probably would have said yes. But entitlement blinds people. When someone thinks the rules don't apply to them, reality eventually gives them a rude awakening, sometimes with flashing lights.